The Hopping Keys by Bondly and BAMagic is a new set of gimmicked keys that is incredibly modular and can be used to perform a ton of different visual tricks, interactive key magic tricks, and more. You can even tell a story with this. However, how is the quality? What are the drawbacks? Today, we're going to be talking about all that and more, so stick around to find out. We have a gold key and silver key. Watch very closely. We'll take both of these keys, put them in my left hand, and of those two, I'll take out the gold key. This goes in my back pocket, leaving which one in my hand? No, not the silver, both of them. We'll try this again with the gold and silver key. This time, of those two, I'll take out the silver one and put it in my back pocket. So which is in the hand, the gold or silver? No, both. We'll try this again. See the gold and silver. We'll take out the silver one, leaving which one in my hand? I'll give you a hint. You can see which one's in my hand. No, both of them. Again, the gold and silver. I think you need to start catching on. We have a silver and a gold. Again, we'll place it in the hand, and this time I'll take out the gold key. Gold key. Leaving which one in the hand? Both of them? Nope. None of them. That is the Hopping Keys. I hope you find this review helpful. Please hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. And if you'd like to support this channel, I included links, discount codes in the description down below for websites like TCC, Illusionist, and 3 Monkeys. And if you use those codes below, you get a nice discount and you're also supporting the channel. Now, without further ado, let's talk about the Hopping Keys. What do you get? When you purchase the Hopping Keys set, you get quite a few different gimmicks that can be used together in different ways. You get an ordinary gold key, an ordinary silver key. Then you'll get an ordinary silver key and a shell. You'll get a copper silver key kind of thing, but it's a gold silver key. You'll get a gold shell that goes around the key, and another shell that goes around that, so it's like a double shell. All the keys fit in the shells that are around the same size, and the keys are all cut. You also get the link to the tutorial. What is the quality of the gimmicks? The gimmicks are very, very good quality. The shells are very good, and they nest almost perfectly. But there's just a very small amount of extra expansion in the shells that I think they could have cut down. The shell is a little thick, just a small amount thick. One thing I didn't quite like is that there wasn't as much contrast between the gold and silver keys in certain lighting situations. I would have preferred if they included maybe a copper key or a key with an obviously different design, so that there would be more contrast and it would be easier to tell the difference between the gold and silver key. Because in certain lighting situations, they can look fairly similar to the point that it can be hard to see the difference. Overall, these keys should last you a very long time if you use them as intended, and there's a ton of possibilities with these. The quality is quite good overall. This is a very modular routine, so you can mix and match the gimmicks and even use this as a 3-key production and vanish. It doesn't have to just be the classic Hopping Keys effect. Now, how's the tutorial? The tutorial is good. It's short and sweet. It's about 10 minutes long, and in those 10 minutes, they go through a few routines. They go through what you get, the basic moves, and some routine ideas. They show the Hopping Key routine, of course, then a copper-silver transposition kind of routine, and then the 3-key production. Are there lighting restrictions? No, there aren't lighting restrictions, but as I said, in certain lightings, it can be difficult to tell the difference between the gold and silver key. So some of the color changing routines may not be as good in those lighting situations. Are there clothing restrictions? Not really, you just need a pocket to put the keys in. Is this a social media or real life effect? I would say this is great for both social media and real life. If you're performing it in real life, you can obviously extend the pattern presentation so that it can be a longer routine. But it also has some nice visual moments for social media. What are the angles like? What's great is that if you're more careful, you can perform this surrounded. It's not, the way I perform it, I'm more free with my hands, so I probably wouldn't do that in all angle situations. If you're doing this surrounded, you'll definitely want to be a little bit more tight when you're pulling the keys out and doing things like that. But other than that, you can do the surrounded. What is this examinable? Well, At the end of the routine, depending on the routine you're performing, you're either going to be left with completely examinable keys or no keys, as I showed you in the hopping keys effect. And that's generally the one I do. All the keys completely disappear. But there are ungimmicked keys included if you want to have the keys maybe teleport somewhere. Like keys, you do the hopping keys effect, then they all vanish, and then you say, hey, check under that tablecloth. The keys are over there. So if you want to do that, you definitely could. Let's talk about the difficulty and practicality of this effect. This is not difficult at all. It's actually extremely easy to do. If you can just lift up a key, you'll be able to perform this effect. And it's a very good new version on the classic hopping halves. The hopping halves is a classic, but not many people carry coins anymore, so it can be harder to relate. A lot of people carry keys though, which makes this more relatable to the audience. And this is practical for any close-up Magic environment. Is there any DIY? No, there's no DIY. The keys come ready to go right out of the box. What is the pocket space required? Well, I wouldn't say there's much pocket space required. When it's in its ready position, it just takes up the pocket space of 2 keys, and you could put them on your keychain if you'd like. What is the reset like? Well, there is a little bit of a reset, but it's really not too much. You won't want to do it in front of the audience, but you can do it as you're walking away from a table. You just have to put all the things in your hand and just reorganize it in a small way. So it really shouldn't take too long. It should take maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 seconds, which really, it's not too big of a deal. You could, if you wanted to, put the keys in your pocket in a certain arrangement, which you would have to practice, of course. But if you wanted to do that, then you probably could instant reset or reset on the go. But I personally just put them in my pocket, and then when I'm done performing it, I just take them out and reorganize them. And that's all that's needed. But yeah, it's just 2 keys when it's in its ready position. You can put it on your keychain as well. That might be a good way to make sure everything is kept together and nothing is lost. That's what I do. I put it on my keychain. What is the price? Most stores sell this for $150 US, but if you purchase it from the BAMagic site, you get it for 99 bucks. I think it's worth the price, but what you have to justify is whether or not it's worth it to replace hopping halves. I think it's worth it to replace hopping halves because, as I said, this adds a modern flavor to the classic effects. Hopping halves is already very strong, and this just makes it more relatable, which is nice. So I think it's worth the price. But again, that's going to be up to you. What are the pros and cons? The pros are this is easy to perform. It's very powerful, can do visual long routines if you want to extend it, as the gimmicks are quite modular. There's not much pocket space required. It's a unique item, a modern version of the classic. No DIY, it's a quick reset. The tutorial's good, it's not too long. The angles are perfect. They included ordinary keys as well for examination, or if you want to do keys vanish and then they appear somewhere else. This is very modular, as I mentioned before. It can do a 3-key production and vanish. What are the cons? The cons are the shells are a little bit thick, and the contrast between the gold and silver keys aren't that much in certain lighting situations. But overall, what percent am I giving this? I'm giving it a 90%. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll see you next time.